Lionel Lopez in Pujan is P4 on Supers. Best lap is a 2:20.885. Disco joints in bus stop chicane is P8. Giovanni in Lacombe is 7th. Brendan Dias from Brazil is 6th. Best lap is a 2:22.529. Giovanni in Pujan is 7th. Eason RBLX in Brussels is P14. Kai Aski from England is 13th on Supers. Matthias Poglis in Pujan is 14th on softs. Giovanni is P7 on mediums. The qualification session is at Spa-Francorchamps in Francorchamps, Belgium. The wind speed is 4 km/h from the north-northeast. Lionel Lopez is P1. Disco joints from Turkey in Radiyan is P4 on softs. Gonzalo Serrano from Argentina is 7th on Supers. Rodrigo Angeloni from Paraguay is 5th on Supers. Juan Castano from Colombia in Stabilo is P3 on Supers. Lionel Lopez in La Source is 1st on Supers. Kai Aski from England is 2nd on Supers. Kai Aski is up 7.95 in Radillon. Kai Aski is up 8.50 in Malmedy. Lionel Lopez in Pujan is P1 up 0.11. Kai Aski is P3 up 8.88. Kai Aski is up 8.13 in Stabilo. Disco joints in bus stop chicane is A. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Sebastian dos Santos from Paraguay in Lacombe is P13 up 3.85 on Supers. Brendan Dias from Brazil is 13th up 3.69 on Supers. Tonk Smith from United Kingdom is P9 on Softs. Brendan Dias in Pujan is 12th up 4.39. Brendan Dias is up 12.54 in Stabilo. Lionel Lopez is provisional pole with a 2:19.677. Kaiaski in bus stop chicane is 7th. Kaiaski improved is P4 with a 2:20.534. 0.857 off pole. Juan Castano in bus stop chicane is 7th. Juan Castano improved is 2nd with a 2:19.825. 0.148 off pole. Daniel Tuda in bus stop chicane is 4th on supers. Daniel Tuda is provisional pole with a 2:19.282. Giovanna from Brazil in Blanchimont is P10 up 0.37 on softs. Gustavo from Italy is P12 up 0.47 on mediums. Gutsy NY from United States in Stabilo is P14 up 1.09 on mediums. Juan Castano in Blanchimont is P4 up 0.19. Tonk Smith in Puhan is P15 up 1.74 on mediums. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Rodrigo Angeloni in Campus is 5th up 0.45. Rodrigo Angeloni is up 0.46 in Blanchimont. Giovanna is 13th. Giovanna improved is 11th with a 2:30.035. 10.753 off pole. Sebastian dos Santos in Campus is 9th up 0.88. Tom Smith in Campus is 16th up 1.74. Tom Smith is up 1.74 in Blanchimont. Kayaski in Blanchimont is P6 up 1.23. Kayaski is provisional pole with a 2:19.083. Giovanni in Blanchimont is P12 up 1.26. Juan Castano is P5 up 0.54. Juan Castano is up 0.69 in Campus. Juan Castano is up 0.75 in Blanchimont. Juan Castano improved is second with a 2:19.143. 0.060 off pole. Kayaski in Blanchimont is first up 0.20. Best lap is a 2:19.083. Five minutes remaining in the session. Kayaski is provisional pole with a 2:18.627. Disco Joints from Turkey is P8 on mediums. Disco Joints improved is 7th with a 2:21.506. 2.879 off pole. Rodrigo Angeloni from Paraguay in Blanchimont is P6 up 0.55. Rodrigo Angeloni improved is 6th with a 2:20.040. 1.413 off pole. Sim from Brazil is P12 up 1.75 on mediums. Sim improved is P12 with a 226.666. 8.039 off pole. Disco Joints in Fanya is 7th up 0.85. Disco Joints is up 0.80 in Blanchimont. Disco Joints improved is P7 with a 221.105. 2.478 off pole. Tom Smith in Bus Stop Chicane is 17th. Sebastian dos Santos in Brussels is P11 up 0.47 on supers. Sebastian dos Santos is up 0.87 in Fanya. Sebastian dos Santos is up 1.25 in Corby Paul Frere. Sebastian dos Santos improved is 11th with a 223.262. 4.635 off pole. Daniel Tuda in Puhan is P3 up 0.45. Daniel Tuda is up 0.56 in Stavolo. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Daniel Tuda is provisional pole with a 218.256. Kayaski is second. Kayaski is provisional pole with a 217.961. Luca Dollar in Bus Stop Chicane is P18 on mediums. INC from Brazil is 17th on mediums. Best lap is a 236.194. 18.233 off pole. BNC is up 0.16 in Lacombe. BNC is up 1.45 in Puhan. BNC is up 2.57 in Stavilo. Lucadollar in Brussels is P15. Best lap is a 2:27.961. 10.000 off pole. BNC from Brazil in La Source is 17th. BNC is up 2.12 in Lacombe. The race session is at Spa-Francorchamps in Francorchamps, Belgium. The wind speed is 8 km/h from the north-northeast. Kayasaki is P1. Daniel Tuda is second on mediums. Juan Castano from Colombia is P3 on hards. Lionel Lopez is P4 on mediums. Gonzalo Serrano from Argentina is P5 on mediums. Rodrigo Angeloni from Paraguay is P6 on mediums. Disco Joints from Turkey is P7 on supers. Lionel Lopez entering the pits is 23rd. 30 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Kayasaki is P2. Tom Smith entering the pits is first. Daniel Tuda in La Source is P3. Disco joints in Radillon is 5th. Rodrigo Angeloni in Kemmel Straight is P9. Tom Smith exiting pits on softs. Ronald Pai from Paraguay in Malmedy is P10 on mediums. Ronald Pai lost P10 to Matthias Poglis. Gutsy NY from United States is 12th on softs. Disco joints is 4th. Juan Castano in Campus is P6. Lionel Lopez exiting pits on mediums. Neri Centurion from Italy in Corvi Paul Frere is 7th on softs, 0.1 behind Juan Castano. Ronald Pai in Blanchimont is 10, 0.1 ahead of Gutsy NY. Sebastian dos Santos from Paraguay on lap 1 is 13th on mediums, 0.3 behind Gabriel Bortolotto. Matthias Poglis entering the pits is 22nd. Sebastian dos Santos is now 12th. Gonzalo Serrano in Eau Rouge is 4th, 0.3 behind Disco Joints. BNC entering the pits is P15. Gonzalo Serrano is now 2nd. BNC is 16th. Daniel Tuda in Kemmel Straight is 5th, 2.0 behind Kayaski. Ronald Pai in Lacombe is 8th. Best lap is a 2:38.146. 16.314 off the fastest lap. Ronald Pai is now 7th. Luca Dollar is P13. Luca Dollar lost P13 to Giovanna. Matthias Mazzio entering the pits is P22. Tom Smith from United Kingdom in Lacombe is 17th on softs, 0.3 behind Rami Gui. Rami Gui from Argentina in Rivage is 17th on mediums. Best lap is a 3:08.634. 46.802 off the fastest lap. Giovanna from Brazil in Pujan is P15 on mediums, 0.2 behind Miguel Villarreal. BNC exiting pits on softs. Giovanna passed Miguel Villarreal for 14th. Rodrigo Angeloni in Blanchimont is P6, 0.2 behind Daniel Tuda. Rodrigo Angeloni passed Daniel Tuda for P5. Daniel Tuda entering the pits is P6. Daniel Tuda is P7. 25 minutes remaining in the session. BNC from Brazil in Lacombe is P19 on softs. Lucadollar entering the pits is 13th. Lucadollar is 13th. Gonzalo Serrano in Lacombe is 3rd, 1.5 behind Kayasaki. Miguel Villarreal entering the pits is P15. Giovanni entering the pits is P17. Miguel Villarreal is P15. Neri Centurion in Malmedy is 7th, 4.8 ahead of Gutsy NY. Daniel Tuda exiting pits on hards. Sebastian dos Santos in Rivage is P10. Sebastian dos Santos lost P10 to Gabriel Bortolotto. Lucadollar exiting pits on supers. Tonk Smith is P12. Rodrigo Angeloni in Blanchimont is 5th, 0.7 behind Tomasz Giacometti. Miguel Villarreal exiting pits on softs. Lucadollar in Rivage is 16th on supers, 0.5 behind Rami Gui. Lucadollar was 12.0 faster last lap. Tomasz Giacometti entering the pits is 5th. Lucadollar passed Rami Gui for P15. Tomasz Giacometti is 6th. VNC in Kemmel Straight is P18, 4.2 behind Miguel Villarreal. Tomasz Giacometti exiting pits on mediums. Rami Gui is 16th. Brendan Dias from Brazil in bus stop chicane on lap 3 is 13th on mediums. Giovanni exiting pits on mediums. Kayasaki from England is 2nd on mediums, 0.6 behind Disco Joints. Kayasaki passed Disco Joints for first. Daniel Tuda in Kemmel Straight is P14 on hards, 0.5 behind Brendan Dias. Daniel Tuda passed Brendan Dias for P13. Giovanni in Brussels is 18th. Best lap is a 2:53.008. 33.550 off the fastest lap. August Barrera 22 entering the pits is P21. Gutsy NY in bus stop chicane on lap 4 is 7th, 0.1 behind Neri Centurion. Neri Centurion entering the pits is 7th. Gutsy NY passed Neri Centurion for P6. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Gonzalo Serrano in Lacombe is 3rd, 0.6 behind Disco Joints. Gonzalo Serrano is now second. Rodrigo Angeloni in Ribach is third, 0.2 behind Gonzalo Serrano. Miguel Villarreal from Mexico in Fania on lap 4 is P16 on softs, 0.5 behind Rami Gui. Rami Gui was 39.6 faster last lap. Miguel Villarreal passed Rami Gui for P15. Lionel Lopez exiting pits on mediums. Rodrigo Angeloni is P3. Juan Castano in Corby Palfrere is 4th, 0.6 behind Rodrigo Angeloni. Disco Joints entering the pits is 5th. Disco Joints is P5. Juan Castano in Eau Rouge is P4 on hards, 0.8 behind Rodrigo Angeloni. Sebastian dos Santos in bus stop chicane is 10th, 0.2 behind Gabriel Bortolito. Sebastian dos Santos was 1.4 faster last lap. Gabriel Bortolito entering the pits is 10th. Sebastian dos Santos passed Gabriel Bortolito for 9th. Disco Joints exiting pits on mediums. Arctic Fox exiting pits on mediums. Daniel Tuda entering the pits is P15. Daniel Tuda is P15. Gutsy NY is 5th. Gabriel Bortolito from Brazil is P11 on hards. Gabriel Bortolito exiting pits on hards. Luca Dollar entering the pits is P12. Luca Dollar is P12. Giovanni in Kemmel Straight is 15th. Kayaski entering the pits is P1. Kayaski is first on mediums. Gonzalo Serrano entering the pits is P2. Rodrigo Angeloni entering the pits is P4. Gabriel Bortolito is P11. Rodrigo Angeloni is second. Gutsy NY entering the pits is 5th. Luca Dollar exiting pits on supers. Sebastian dos Santos is P9. Gonzalo Serrano exiting pits on mediums. Rodrigo Angeloni exiting pits on mediums. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Tom Smith is 10th. Isaac J. Bittner exiting pits on supers. Rodrigo Angeloni from Paraguay in Radion is 4th, 0.5 behind Ronald Putt. Rami Gui in Radion is 13th. Best lap is a 2:45.066. 26.187 off the fastest lap. Rodrigo Angeloni from Paraguay in Ribage is 4th, 0.5 behind Ronald Pai. Gutsy NY is P8 on Supers, 4.8 ahead of Gabriel Bortolotto. Gutsy NY exiting pits on Supers. Gutsy NY lost 8th to Gabriel Bortolotto. Ronald Pai in Corby Paul Frere is 3rd on mediums, 0.5 behind Gonzalo Serrano. Rodrigo Angeloni is P4, 0.9 behind Ronald Pai. Ronald Pai was 5.0 faster last lap. Gutsy NY is P9, 0.2 behind Gabriel Bortolotto. Ronald Pai in Radion is P3. Best lap is a 2:22.490. 3.611 off the fastest lap. Gutsy NY in Campus is 9th, 0.1 behind Gabriel Bortolotto. Arctic Fox exiting pits on Supers. Gutsy NY passed Gabriel Bortolotto for P8. Ronald Pai in Brussels is 3rd. Rodrigo Angeloni is 4th, 0.3 behind Ronald Pai. Ronald Pai was 17.3 faster last lap. Ronald Pai is P3 on mediums, 0.6 behind Gonzalo Serrano. Ronald Pai lost 3rd to Rodrigo Angeloni. Rami Kohi is P12. Lionel Lopez entering the pits is 18th. Ronald Pai in La Source is P4, 0.5 behind Rodrigo Angeloni. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Sebastian dos Santos entering the pits is 7th. Sebastian dos Santos is 7th. Juan Castano in Pujan is 1st, Nathan entering the pits is P20. Sebastian dos Santos is 7th. Sebastian dos Santos exiting pits on mediums. Spirit exiting pits on mediums. Gabriel Bortolotto entering the pits is P9. Gabriel Bortolotto is 9th. Giovanni in Eau Rouge is 12th. Gabriel Bortolotto is P10 on supers. Gabriel Bortolotto exiting pits on supers. Ronald Pai is 4th, 0.5 behind Rodrigo Angeloni. Sasanid is P13 on mediums battling Giovanni. Sasanid entering the pits is 13th. Isaac J. Bittner entering the pits is 16th. Sebastian dos Santos is P7. Sasanid exiting pits on softs. Arctic Fox is P14. Arctic Fox entering the pits is P15. Disco Joints is 6th. Rami Gui in bus stop chicane is 11th, 1.2 ahead of Giovanni. Giovanni was 24.0 faster last lap. Rami Gui entering the pits is 11th. Juan Castano entering the pits is P1. Miguel Villarreal entering the pits is P9. Tomasz Giometti from Argentina in Stabilo is 5th on mediums, 2.7 behind Rodrigo Angeloni. Juan Castano is P1. Juan Castano exiting pits on hards. Miguel Villarreal on lap 10 is 9. Spirit entering the pits is P18. Miguel Villarreal exiting pits on softs. Arctic Fox exiting pits on supers. Rami Gui exiting pits on mediums. Five minutes remaining in the session. Gutsy NY in Campus on lap 10 is 8th, 0.8 behind Sebastian dos Santos. Rodrigo Angeloni in Brussels is 4th, 2.2 behind Ronald Pai. Ronald Pai was 4.2 faster last lap. Sebastian dos Santos is P8. Sebastian dos Santos passed Gutsy NY for 7th. Nathan exiting pits on softs. Gutsy NY is 8th. Gabriel Bortolotto in Corby Paul Frere is P10. Ronald Pai entering the pits is 3rd. Sebastian dos Santos from Paraguay in Brussels is P8, 0.1 behind Gutsy NY. Gutsy NY is 8th. Ronald Pai exiting pits on mediums. Gutsy NY passed Sebastian dos Santos for P7. Sebastian dos Santos is P8. Rami Gui entering the pits is 12th. Gutsy NY in Fanya is P7, 2.1 ahead of Sebastian dos Santos. Sasanit exiting pits on softs. Gutsy NY lost 7th to Sebastian dos Santos. Rodrigo Angeloni is P3. Rami Gui is P12 on supers. Rami Gui exiting pits on supers. Disco Joints in Corby Paul Frere is 5th on mediums, 3.6 behind Tomasz Giacometti. Rami Gui from Argentina in Lacombe is 12th. Disco Joints is P5, 1.4 behind Tomasz Giacometti. Disco Joints was 2.5 faster last lap. Arctic Fox entering the pits is 13th. Juan Castano in Pujan is first, 3.3 ahead of Gonzalo Serrano. Disco Joints in Fania is P5, 0.6 behind Tomasz Guillaumetti. Rami Gui is P12. Disco Joints in Bus Stop Chicane is 5th, 0.5 behind Tomasz Guillaumetti. Clive exiting pits on mediums. Ronald Pai from Paraguay in La Source is 6th. Disco Joints in Kemmel Straight on lap 14 is 5th, 0.3 behind Tomasz Guillaumetti. Gabriel Bortolotto in Kemmel Straight is P10. Gutsy NY in Corby Paul Frere is P8. Gutsy NY entering the pits is 10. Juan Castano is 1st. The leader has just finished the race. Juan Castano finished P1. Gonzalo Serrano finished 2nd. Rodrigo Angeloni finished 3rd. Giovanna finished 11th. Miguel Villarreal finished P8. Tomasz Guillaumetti finished P4. Ronald Pai finished 5th. Rami Gui finished P12. Gabriel Bortolotto finished 9th. Sebastian dos Santos is P7.